to you from the studios of STL TV in Forest Park. It's the best of the STL. On tonight's show, radio show host and author Kelley Lamm, the St. Louis Bop Preservation Society, and heating up things in the kitchen is Mad Tomato. Here's your entertainment for tonight, Lemen Moon. And here are your hosts, the one and only Cassandra Walker and Ivy Hartman.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling there's something ain't right. I'm too scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Who's in control? Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Woo! Welcome to the show. I'm Cassandra Walker.
And I'm Ivy Hartman. We're already moving and grooving. That music's got me going.
You know, I think this dancing thing may rub off, Ivy, you know, because we got some bopping going on today.
I tell you what, you know what, after the new year, my vow to get up and move more, so I'm glad that this show is about bopping and having a good time.
You know what, that's a good point.
And being delicious and just being active and
all those things. And you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? Because we have someone delicious on here. We have someone bopping.
Yes.
It's going to be a great show.
An action-packed show. You know, it's called the best of the STL for a reason.
It is. And it is going to be the best. You're going to enjoy it so much. And you know, Ivy is getting ready to have a birthday.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that. I didn't bring up your birthday. Fine, it's our birthday. It's February month. Here we go. Happy birthday to us. And you know, we just love hanging out with one another. We've been doing it 10 years.
I know.
But I tell you what, we can't do it with our other friends.
Absolutely.
Our awesome friends. We got Mel Streeper in the kitchen.
Yes, indeed.
And we've got Cara Kay in the audience. Cara, what you got going on?
Well, we'll be talking about Bop. You're right about that. And some people don't know about Bop. You will find out what that is, and you will actually see it later in the show. But first off, we have a great live studio audience with us. That's right. And if you would like to be part of this live studio audience, all you have to do is call 314-552-2970. Now, I have Marco with us today, and she brought Bop back alive in St. Louis, right?
That is correct.
How did you do that?
Well, I just decided that the Bop needed to be revived in the city of St. Louis, and I contacted a young lady at a club, and she asked me if I could bring it there, and I started people back to bopping.
Now, Bop. Some people don't know what that is. Okay, so how would you describe that?
Bopping is a partner dance. It's a 6-count dance. It is the descendant of the Lindy Hop. And from the Lindy Hop came the jitterbug, and from the jitterbug came the bop.
Okay, and now St. Louis is actually, that's their dance, right?
Yes, the St. Louis bop is a native of St. Louis. However, there are different bops around the country. So we do a particular bop here that is the St. Louis bop.
How long did it take you to get the Bop as St. Louis's dance?
It took me 3 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
No.
I work fast.
Yes, you do. Now, you work with different organizations in St. Louis as well, teaching the Bop.
Yes, we teach the bop to children. We've taught at Columbia School in the St. Louis Public Schools. We've been to the Juvenile Detention Center in St. Louis. We've taught at the Monsanto Y and at different churches.
Got you. Now, we're looking at some pictures of people doing the Bop, actually.
Yes, that is my bop set. That is
nice.
my bop set.
Now, some people do it slow, some people do it fast.
Exactly. Depends on the music.
Okay.
The pace of the music, and traditionally it's done to Motown. But our goal is to have young people and people all throughout the city doing the bop. So we try to train people to do the bop on different types of music.
And that's a good point, because ages, it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are.
It does not matter at all. We've taught as young as 3rd grade.
And tell us about the proclamation.
In August of 2012, the city of St. Louis determined that the bop was relevant enough to be named the official dance of St. Louis.
Very nice. nice. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I'd like to, if you don't mind, introduce my board members. There's an organization. Our organization is called the St. Louis Bop Preservation Society, and it is called that because our goal is to preserve, nurture, and promote the bop. And to my right is a board member, Johnny Campbell.
Hello, how you doing?
And very, very instrumental in helping me keep the bop alive. And to the left is Tony James.
Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
That's good. That's
You bop
good.
as well. I heard that you're a really good bopper.
Well, this is a dance that I grew up with, so it was I was quite pleased when Markwa decided that it needed to come back, and we saw the opportunity to not only bring back the joy for ourselves, but to be able to share it generationally. So we've been really looking forward to showing you exactly what it is that we do.
Very nice. Now tell us about some events coming up.
Some events coming up. We have a Valentine's Day party on February 14th, and we will dance at Legacy. We normally dance every Thursday at Legacy. We dance every Thursday at Legacy, 5249 Delmar. We have a Smooth Boppers Ball coming up. We also have the first citywide bop contest.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good luck with your bopping. We'll see you later on in the show. Now we're going to head over to Mel, who's in the kitchen.
And I understand that Cassandra actually learned how to do that dance, so I can't wait to see her fancy footwork coming up a little bit later in the show. But first, heating things up in the kitchen is Vito Racanelli. He is a chef and the owner of Mad Tomato, which is in Clayton, right?
That's right, on the corner of Crandallette and Merrimack.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell me what you are cooking, because it's already starting to smell so good.
I am making one of the restaurant's signature dishes, and it's our lobster ravioli. And it's a sauce made from basil, butter, brandy, some chopped tomato, and cream. And it's a very simple dish, but most of the work goes into making the pasta, because at Mad Tomato, right now we're making 11 different noodles. Okay. So we make a lot of fresh pasta, and we're a farm-to-table from scratch restaurant.
What does that mean, farm to table?
Well, we try to support local producers as the best that we can. It's really hard this time in the winter, this time of year, because there's not a lot growing.
Right,
So
exactly.
we depend right now greatly upon chicken, eggs, beef, pork, lamb, anything that's being locally produced. But not only that, it needs to be humanely produced. No antibiotics, no hormones, all natural.
And why is that important? No hormones?
Well, I mean, I don't.
Why is it important for you?
It's important for me because I have a 4-year-old daughter, and when she's 11, I want her to look 11. I don't want her to look like she's 16. So it's important.
You think that makes a difference in growth development?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're giving growth hormones to a calf, so the hoof weight gets up, so we can supply the demand, because Americans like to eat a lot of meat, then yes, those hormones are going to be passed off into whoever's eating them. Right. So that's why it's important to watch what you're eating and know what you're eating and know who's producing it, and you don't want to eat GMOs. I mean, it's an ongoing argument whether you should or shouldn't.
No, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And it smells good already.
But I choose not to cook that way.
I can't wait to try some of that coming up a little bit later. He's going to stay with us. But first, let's send it over to Cassandra.
All right, I'm so excited. I'm here with Tony, Johnny, and Markwa, who you've already met earlier in the show. And what you don't know is that I went and learned a little bit about bopping, and we're going to show you right here what it looks like to music. Now, pay attention to the experts and not me so much, please. But we're going to put it to work right now, and you can see what the St. Louis Bop presentation can do with even little old me. All right, you ready, band? Let's go. Okay, I'll follow you.
There you go. You got it.
All right, Johnny.
Now I'm going to tell you.
Well, very superstitious.
On one, right?
Writings on the wall. Now very superstitious. Ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass.
Okay, so as you can see, Johnny is an excellent teacher. It is not as easy as you think, but once you get the hang of it, and I learned all that in just a matter of moments. It is beautiful, and it's a great way to exercise, and it's just something you should all participate in. So I hope you'll come out and learn some more about the bop. We're going to keep bopping when we get ready to go to break. Don't go anywhere, because coming back is Kelley Lamm. It's going to be a great show. She's going to talk about all that she's doing with radio and speaking and her being an author, so stay with us. We'll be back after the break. We're going to keep bopping. Good night.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back, holla back, holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Welcome back. Ivy, so did you learn how to bop?
Way to go. You made it look really easy.
Ooh, thank you, Ivy. They made it look easy.
Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. Now, our next guest, Ivy, she makes it look easy, too.
And she is a lot of fun.
She's great. She's a professional speaker, promoter, radio show host, and author.
And she uses those many talents to inspire her audiences and give them the tools to live the life that they want and live it to the fullest.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to talk to her. Please help us welcome Miss Kelley Lamm.
I like the shoes. Everything. Is the chair gonna roll me right off the back of the stage
Takes
there?
you for a ride.
This is fun.
I like your shoes too, by the way.
Thank you.
You look great. Always delicious.
Always.
I like that. Tell me how you came up with your name.
Well, it's not
For
my
the
name.
the name for your show.
It's what I want everyone else to be, including myself, is to be deliciously alive. So, you know, and we're all deliciously alive in our own way. Maybe it's something you like to eat. Maybe it's something you like to dance. You know. So it's really what makes you come alive and make life worth living.
Well, there's a journey that has gotten you to this point. So let's talk a little bit about
bittersweet journey.
Yeah, right.
No, there was a lot of bitterness.
But there's
with
some chocolate involved.
Oh yeah,
Let's
a
talk
lot
about
of chocolate. Well, you know, I've actually just always had this sweet tooth. Opened up a restaurant called the Chocolate Cafe amongst all the many businesses that I had, and I'd go around speaking, "Is your life chocolate?" And each letter of chocolate has a certain meaning behind it. You know, with challenges, choices, courage, you know, whatever. And so with that, you know, things came tumbling down. Everything was really awesome, you know, driving around in the cool car and the whole bit and doing really well. And then the economy took a turn, and so did Kelley. So, you know, lost everything. But, you know, that's all right. I didn't lose my life. I didn't lose my kids. I didn't lose my sense of humor, which I told you I think I'm hilarious.
She is.
I have to tell people that. I'm so funny. Yeah. And then after a while they get it and they might, you know, I talk them into it. Oh yeah, I get it. But so with that, it was like I wanted to come up with a way if I was going to rebuild my life, and that's what it's all about. You have to reinvent yourself. You know, you have to constantly reinvent your life. And so with that, it was like, what can I do that's going to benefit me? But by doing something, everyone else is going to benefit. So my passion and my desire, I should say, came to give the community a voice. How do I do that? Well, through my radio show, through my events that I do, through speaking, very philanthropical. So I really like to do things. I won't do anything. Every show I do is all about what charity that I can help. That makes me feel like there's a reason why, you know, I'm rolling around your stage right now.
Right, absolutely. You know, I like that, Kelley. And it's funny when you talked about the different areas you've touched in your life and your career. I think it's like a kindred spirit with our type of personalities. People that don't understand, they go, okay, they have OCD or they're ADD and they can't focus. But it's not that. You just feel like you can do
it's like
so many things.
Always.
Yes.
One's running by.
You can do so many things and do them well. So now you talked about your radio show just briefly. I want you to elaborate a little bit on your radio show, and I want to know how much the internet has changed or influenced your radio show.
You know, I started on the internet, and then a radio station said, hey, you want to bring this over to us? And I'm like, how fast can I get there? So I did, and I love it. What's happened, though, is I went to the dial, but now it still has the ability to take it out onto the internet, because the internet's everywhere. So we're streaming, and it's becoming digital, and things are changing all the time. So you just kind of have to keep up with it. But I love the show. I love the radio. I was saying in the back room is, you know, this is fun. You get to kind of just talk, and you're not back there. Well, maybe you are. I caught that over there. Everyone, that is the little box they get to read. Well, with radio, you don't have that. And with right now talking to me, you don't have that. So you can just say what's on your mind to a degree without the FCC coming in. But you get to have fun and just kind of give people that ability to say what they need to say. The internet, you got a little more freedom, you know, with that. There's a lot more. They haven't come down and said what you can and can't do. But when you have television or radio with it, you got to kind of, you know, reel it in just a little bit. But with the ability to still go internet, that keeps everything on a larger scale. The other day on Saturday, we had a text that someone from Brazil was listening to the show because of someone they knew. So to think that, you know, the words went all the way to another country is amazing.
Cassandra and I talk about how this show's on YouTube, and then of course we stream everything live through our website and stltv.net.
From St. Louis to Singapore.
That's right. That's our little
How
thing.
cool is that? I mean, that's what it's all about, is sharing the words, you know, having music and being able to, I'm like, oh, I want to go over and hug her. But it's being able to share people's talents and let them have a chance, you know, to showcase themselves.
So speaking of talent, so you've been doing radio, you were an entrepreneur, you are still doing that entrepreneurial spirit, but producing your own.
I just
oh, please. And she's hilarious.
I
know. I know, yeah.
My own comedy show.
But you put this book out, and it was about the chocolate angel, right?
Well, it's actually, I used to always tell my kids all the time, believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. Don't ever give up. Don't let anybody ever tell you you can't do something if you want to do it. And so with that, my daughter, it's my daughter Casey. And so I had a dog named Coco, and she was a little chocolate lab. So there's a little chocolate puppy lab in the book named Coco, and this chocolate fairy, because everything always seems to evolve around chocolate with me. It's like better than everything.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. But so it's Coco and the chocolate fairy, and basically it's this little girl who is dreaming of becoming, you know, a pageant queen, and she doesn't think she can. And basically, when this chocolate fairy comes into your room and sprinkles the magic chocolate dust, you know, everything comes true. So how great would that be if we just went around sprinkling a little magic dust and all kind of things happen? But so I just really, everything I do is try to bring the humor out in it, and allow people just sweeten their life, no matter how bad it can get, you know, and it can get difficult at times, but you have to find the humor in it.
And the chocolate.
And the chocolate, a lot of chocolate.
And you know, I'm chocolate already, so I've started somewhere.
It's so delicious.
Some girl tweeted, as we tweet the other day, I wish they could invent something where you're tan all the time. And I said, they did. It's called African American.
Nice.
I love that I get to pay for it. I hate that.
Free tan.
Kelley's got an event coming up in May. Tell us more about that.
Well, I always had an event called Be Deliciously Alive. So this year, I figured why not have an event to kind of help educate people how to be deliciously alive. So Gold's Gym, who's a huge supporter of what I do, we're going to actually have it at the St. Peter's location. It'll be filled with probably around 70 vendors, sponsors, everything to kind of kickstart, I should say, your life again. It might be foods, organic items, health tips, doctors, people to be able to talk to, even if it's a lawyer, whatever it is, to kind of figure out what it is that you might need to do to reinvent yourself. People get, you know, you're married a long time, you're stuck in a job a long time, and we're fortunate to have maybe these situations, but you really have to keep always finding new passion, finding new things that kind of ignite you. You know, don't get stuck in the same place. It's okay to change. You can change yourself every year if you want. My hairstyle and my clothes, it's like, you know, you never know what it might be the next day, but it's what you're feeling, what you want to do, what makes you deliciously alive. That's my whole thing.
I love it. Good energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time. I told you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll have to come visit you at your place. That's the Kelley Lamm Show, always delicious, Saturdays from 9 to 11. And you can hear her on 2 different stations. That's 1380 AM, which is the Fan 2, and then you've got 100.7 FM, which that's
right.
awesome.
Wonderful. We'll come on anytime, won't we? I'll bring my
You're
chocolate
going to come
self.
on my show.
Yeah, is that okay? Can we do that?
Yeah, bring your chocolate.
We'll bring the chocolate.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much. And Mel, I know you don't have chocolate over there, but you have some great food. What's going on in the kitchen, Mel?
Yeah, that's right. We are working on some lobster ravioli with Vito Racanelli from Mad Tomato. Now, Racanelli, that's a popular name here in St. Louis. Your family owns.
Yeah, my brother John owns the pizza chain, Racanelli's Pizza.
Yeah, we were talking. I used to.
But he can't cook as good as me.
He can't.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
We won't tell him. We won't tell him that you said that.
He knows it. That's why I say it.
What are some of the more popular foods that you have on your menu at Mad Tomato?
It's very seasonal. So what I'm looking forward to is my spring menu, because that's when everything's starting to grow. So
What do you have on there?
Well, of course, you know, English peas and artichokes and cardone, which is this weird-looking Italian vegetable that comes up. It's like looks like a stalk of celery, but it's like a citrusy artichoke. It's very good to see that in spring. And there's so many things. Fava beans and spinach comes up again, and there's just so many treasures. And lamb. I mean, I enjoy cooking spring lamb and those kind of things. So we get away from the heavy braises and whatnot, and then move right into more of the things start to lighten up, and then next thing you know, it's summer. And it's tomato season, and then the tomatoes are out, and that's like my most favorite time of the year because.
Is that why you chose the name Mad Tomato?
No, the name Mad Tomato came from I have a 4-year-old daughter, and when she was born, her name's Leia because I'm a big Star Wars fan. So the name Mad Tomato came from when she was born. She had this perfectly round little head, and when she was like all bundled up, I'd like to pick on her. And then she'd start to cry, and her face would get bright red, and I called her my Mad Tomato.
Like a tomato.
So that's how the name came up.
Now, I've seen a lot of good reviews, really excellent reviews online, and you're also on Facebook and Twitter. How important is it for you to maintain a positive online presence?
Well, I mean, that's what everybody, you know, people read more of the online reviews than they do what's coming out of the Post or the RFT or anything like that. You know, my favorite publication is still Sauce Magazine. They really do a good job there. But I mean, you know, it really, to some degree, some of the things that you read on some of the websites, it's hard to say. I suggest that you make your own. I mean, if there's a restaurant you want to try.
Yeah, come on by,
I mean, I suggest you do that and then make your own opinion.
Yeah. Sounds like a good place to take a date, maybe Valentine's Day, perhaps.
Oh yeah, Valentine's Day is great. What we're doing this year for Valentine's Day is we're partnering with Stray Rescue. So we're going to give Stray Rescue a percentage of our sales, and we're going to do a Lady and the Tramp themed Valentine's Day menu. And
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, yeah, because that's my favorite.
Like,
that's my favorite Disney cartoon.
With like spaghetti and
well,
because you got to have spaghetti, Lady and the Tramp, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll make something called my pasta maker wants me to get something called a chitarra, which is an Italian spaghetti maker, and it looks like a guitar. So you lay the noodle down, and then you bring something over, and you cut it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And you're also doing something Carnival?
For Carnival, which is the Italian version of Mardi Gras, and.
Is that for me right there?
That's for you right there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was telling her she has to try this before. She's going to get the
I'm
first
going to try
taste.
that in just a few minutes. You stick around.
Yeah, and what we're doing for Carnival, which I'm very excited about, because I'm going to prepare a traditional Venetian Mardi Gras, and it's all about the meat.
Are you going to have that info on your website?
Yes, I am.
All
on
right.
Facebook and the website.
Facebook and the website. And of course, the website is madtomatostl.com. Check them out. They're in Clayton at the corner of North Merrimack. Thank you so much for coming on, Vito. Car, let's send it over to you.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you Lemen Moon.
sunshine, and he's my sweet little thing. He's my pride and joy. I'm a sweet little baby. He's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like ours won't ever grow. And he's my sweet little thing. He's my pride and joy. I'm a sweet little baby. He's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby. He's long and lean. You mess with me, you'll see a man getting mean. And he's my sweet little thing. He's my pride and joy. I'm a sweet little baby. He's my little lover boy. Take it away, Kev. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the best of the STL. I'd like to thank our band tonight, Lemen Moon.
I'd like to thank our chef, as soon as I can stop chewing, Vito Racanelli with Mad Tomato.
Oh,
so
we
good.
had some fabulous guests. I love the bop.
You did great.
Yeah, Kelley Lamm was a lot of fun.
Yes, and thank you so much to our sponsors who take such good care of us, and to our audience here and our at-home viewers. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Woo!
Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get